Good afternoon. You are listening to Art Watch on WCHE AM Radio 1520 every Wednesday from 1 to 1:30. This is Rhoda Kaler. I'm a sculptor, instructor, and general art enthusiast. So happy you could join us today. Our topic today is Gallery 222 in Malvern. This month happens to be their first anniversary. Our guests today are award-winning gallery owner Andrea Strang of Gallery 222.
Hi.
Along with well-known painter, sculptor, art writer, WCHE radio host, and general art promoter Lily Gaylor.
Hello, everybody.
Sarah Graham Schofeld of the Graham Group, specializing in marketing and public relations, hired by Gallery 222.
Yay!
Welcome, everyone. Welcome. So this month happens to be the one-year anniversary of Gallery 222. It's located on 222 East King Street, very easy to remember, in Malvern, Pennsylvania. So, Andrea, can you tell us, paint the picture, so to speak, of your gallery, because it's a fantastic space, and it's a very warm, welcoming space, and you offer a lot. So can you tell us, just paint the picture for our audience so they can see what your gallery looks like?
Yeah, well, actually, the backdrop is this 100-year-old home. It was a home that has been in the same generation, same family for 6 generations. So what I did is I converted it all to commercial. So I have 4 working studios that artists rent to actually create.
Artists on site.
Yeah,
that's great.
And then I have 3 galleries downstairs that I actually show on a rotation basis, artist shows. So what I really wanted to create is a kind of a hub where, the artists who are in their studios and gallery goers all kind of commence in this kitchen and just talk about art. And it really has happened.
So I saw the vision. It has, and that's amazing. That is amazing. I saw on your website, and I just loved this, that your vision originated with a place where working artists, their friends, and a community can just intermingle over a glass of iced tea in the country kitchen or back in the garden area. And there's nothing intimidating about the space. It's just a friendly atmosphere where the art is the main attraction, bringing everyone together. I love that. That's so great. You didn't talk about that fabulous patio.
Oh, yes, the backyard, the back garden. That was there. Again, I cannot take credit. I just kind of cleaned it up a little bit. But that's truly being a draw for people to rent this space, which, again, was not in my business plan when I first thought about it. I am now getting requests to rent for events. I'm pricing out a wedding, which makes me really nervous because
exciting.
It's someone's day.
Well, I think it's due to the space that you created. People want to be there when you're there for an opening, which I have enjoyed your openings very much. It's, they're packed. Food, the wine,
I do love entertaining.
You feel like you're walking. Yes, you can tell you are an entertainer.
I try to do all the hard work before, and then I get a glass of wine in my hand, and I love just, talking with everybody. So.
Well, this month is a special month because it's your 1-year anniversary.
Yeah.
And pulling off a gallery is no small task.
Yeah.
So can you tell us about this fantastic art celebration for the 1-year anniversary and this big art opening you have with 3 amazing artists? Can you tell us?
Yes. So I have Randall Graham, Lily Galler, who's right here, and Nate Durnan. Nathan Durnan is his professional name. And they truly are. What I try to do with the 3 galleries is really show 3 different styles, and that's what I have. And with Lily, she has sculptures in the back garden, which is so exciting.
I love being out there. Oh my God, I love the garden.
And she actually created it. I remember you checking out the space, and you're like, I truly want something special, something organic. And what is back, I love. I actually don't want to sell them.
Well, thank you thank you. This is exciting because Lily, you're a real powerhouse in the art community. You not only are an artist and a painter, a sculptor, but you write Art Watch, you write in the papers, you are the radio host. I can tell. Okay, all right. So But
turning a little red.
She's turning a little red, so I'll stop there. But can you tell us, so you're moving into this space for the big...
Oh, I'm so excited and honored, Andrea, really. It's really awesome. I'm honored to be with the other two artists and for the anniversary show. And you were my first show. For the radio,
really?
yeah, and I
watched.
watched.
Geez, yeah. I knew I was here, but
great.
I didn't know it was the first.
She talks so much. I mean, it's comfortable. It makes everybody super comfortable, which is how she is in the gallery, too. Anyway, I'm very excited to be in the show. Thank you very much for having me.
Well, Lily, what should we expect? You're going to be inside and outside, so you're going to be showing...
Yeah, I'd like to make another sculpture. What, we've got a week, right?
I believe you could do it.
And the paintings, well, Andrea's going to pick the paintings after the show, so she's going to go up to my studio and see what's what. But probably there'll be trees. I like to do trees still. When I stop liking trees, I'll change it up, but that's what I'm doing. And a couple temple-type buildings, too. Again, strong verticals, lots of mishmash in the back, and a bunch of encaustics, because I was they dry quickly.
Oh, I love your encaustics. Can you explain to our viewers, our audience, what is encaustic?
Okay, well, every kind of paint is a mixture of pigment and some sort of a binder, and simply with encaustic, you have a pigment, and the binder is a paraffin wax medium that has other elements in it, caustic elements, as it would be. That's why it's called encaustic. But yeah, that's basically it. And what's cool about encaustic is that you heat all this gorgeous color up, and there are lots of layers, but you have to be very fast. And then you torch it, which is super fun. When is a torch not fun? And it's just a whole, it's a big blitz of color and texture and fire. So it's great.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty much encaustic.
We can't wait to see it. One of the interesting parts of Andrea's gallery, when she opened the gallery, she hired the Graham Group. And Sarah's here. She is part of the Graham Group. It's her and her sister Caroline. And they do marketing and PR for Andrea. And Sarah, can you tell us about the Graham Group and what you do? What's it like to interview artists?
Well, we are a small boutique firm that we do marketing, digital, video, social media, and general marketing. For Andrea specifically, what we've done is her biggest goal was to make it more available to the average person.
Yes.
She wanted to take out the fancy portion of art and make it for people to understand and enjoy and make it welcoming. And what we realized is that there's a story there. There's not only a story with Gallery 222 and how it came about and with Andrea, but each one of these artists have a story. So our goal is to go out each month and shoot with the artists and just have a conversation with them. And then what we do is we put together these little videos, kind of taking not necessarily the mystery away, but really allowing people to understand what makes the
being
artist
in the studio.
Correct. And we like to be where they work, where they're creative, so that we can kind of find out who they are. And this way, for people who aren't necessarily art aficionados, they get an insight that they wouldn't normally. It does really help that Andrea picked two people that don't know a lot about art. I should say didn't know. So we still have a lot more to learn. But we really take these interviews from a very basic level. But by just having a conversation, we try to find out little stories about the artists. And we've had several who said, oh, I didn't realize that I did that. And, and a lot of them are very motivational. And there are a lot of people out there on social media and in the world who are afraid to take that step. That art can be scary.
Oh,
and
yeah,
they may feel that they have that creative gene, but they don't know how to do it. So that's what we found with a lot of our artists is they can help. They can help you find the way.
Yeah. Well, I have to ask, how is it from previous jobs working with artists? Just be candid. Be real. Be real. Be real. How is it working? You can tell us.
Well, I mean,
we want to know.
I have to tell you, my sister and I come from corporate backgrounds.
Yes.
We spent over 20 years. I was in the journalism business. My sister was sports marketing and retail marketing. So for us, this is a lot of fun. I mean, yesterday we spent shooting with 3 amazing artists in 3 totally different locations, sitting there having a conversation. And honestly, each time we do it, we learn a little more. And that's the interesting thing. We also really like to get to know people. So it's kind of fun to, they're answering questions they don't realize they're answering.
Right.
Because
as a professional, you can pull that out of people without them even knowing it.
You know very well.
I do. do.
Yeah.
I do. By the way, I did clean my studio since then. Just a little bit.
Perfect the way it was.
But they just interviewed me yesterday, and I have to say, you ask great questions, and also you listen. Because sometimes we're just sort of going ad hoc answering, and I really appreciated that.
Yeah.
You're really good.
I just got the 2-minute break warning.
Oh, sorry.
So we're going to go to break. In 1 minute, we are... this is Rhoda Kaler. We're talking about the anniversary celebration of Gallery 222 with my guests Andrea Strang, Lily Gaylor, and Sarah Schofeld. Hang on. We'll be right back.
Do you have a wedding, graduation, baptism, confirmation, milestone, or birthday to plan? You need John Sirach Catering, one of the most highly rated and preferred caterers throughout the Philadelphia area. They will be there to create and cater your event while assisting as much or as little as you desire. Planning a decadent, over-the-top company gala? Need help transforming your backyard into the party of the year? Want to wow your clients with a delicious luncheon? Then you need John Sirach Catering. All you have to do is call and they'll handle the rest. Located at 835 Lincoln Avenue in Westchester, visit them at SirachCatering.com or call 610-640-2836. That's 610-640-2836.
Music is a bridge between the material and the spiritual. My name is Harvey Lauer, and I'm 82. As a blind person, you have to be aware that nobody can tell you what you can or can't do. You really have to try things. My folks got me a little radio in 1940, and that was the best Christmas present I ever got. When I was 11 years old is when I started to play music, play the piano, and then the accordion, and then the cello. My wife, who was also blind, was a good cook. When she died, that's when I started Meals on Wheels. America, let's do lunch.
1 in 6 seniors faces the threat of hunger, and millions more live in isolation. Drop off a hot meal and say a quick hello. Volunteer for Meals on Wheels by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org. This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
You're listening to WCHE 1520 AM, the Talk of Chester County. Stay tuned for what's next.
Hi, welcome back to Art Watch on WCHE AM Radio 1520. This is Rhoda Kaler, and my guests today are award-winning gallery owner Andrea Strang of Gallery 222 in Malvern, along with painter, sculptor, art writer Lily Gaylor, Sarah Graham Schofeld of the Graham Group, specializing in marketing and public relations, hired by 222. And today we're talking about 222's big anniversary celebration. Now, this celebration, there is so much press, and I think it helps that you have a PR team pushing this all over social media because it's fabulous.
September 23rd, Saturday, beginning at 6:30, and it's open to the public.
Yes, thank you, Sarah. I was just going to say that. That's fabulous. Great
job.
Yes, they are good. So this celebration, I love the video that just came out on Facebook this week, and you're standing on your front porch. So you've renovated
really
this
I like that a lot.
house that has great bones, that had a family living in it, and so you were very sensitive to that, and you kept that feeling of when you're in the house.
Right.
So on this night, it's 6:30, September 23rd. You're going to have 3 artists in the main gallery. Lily's going to be outside and inside her sculpture.
Yay.
I believe there's a big arrow on the outside of the gallery.
Yeah.
Yes, so you can't miss it as you're driving around King Street. Look for the big steel arrow that's, what is that, 18 feet long?
Something like that.
Yes.
I think that, no, we're adding a foot about every time we talk. I think it's about 15 feet. There's one on your property, too, just in case you're heading over in downtown area.
That's great. You're having live music, I hear, from the brothers Joe Hammond. Are they going to be playing outside on the back patio?
Hopefully.
Okay. Of course, weather permitting.
Well, I guess we could tent it, but I'm hoping it's a gorgeous night. I remember when we had our launch party last year, the weather couldn't be better.
I walked into that and I was like, what?
Yes,
I was blown away last year.
So hopefully, the way my vision is, they'll be playing in the back corner of the back garden, and then we'll just have high tops, and I'm getting it catered.
Oh, catered, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Thunderbird Catering, Tom Greco, he's phenomenal. So he'll have a lot of past hors d'oeuvres and burners in the kitchen. So it's just going to be this one big party.
It is a party.
I'll donate wine.
Oh, yes, that would be great. Oh,
So Gaylor Estate will be involved as well. So we'll give them a plug as well.
I love it.
That's awesome. So food, wine, live music,
Sounds
original
like a
art by amazing artists.
Yes.
This sounds like must-see.
Yes.
Must-see.
Yes.
So please go out, check out this gallery if you haven't. It is an amazing space, and Andrea renovated this herself, and it's a beautiful, gorgeous, she was very thoughtful in creating this space. And the winter is coming, so enjoy this patio, because the patio, once we get those first cool weathers, nobody's going to want to go outside, and Lily has her sculptures located throughout that area. Lily, I have a question for you. Is there one piece that you're working on right now that you cannot wait to show people?
Well, I would say that's an interesting question. I guess sort of. I mean, I'm always changing it up with the trees, and I just came back from France, and I got inspired by some churches that I saw in Rouen, and but it's up to Andrea, so I'm kind of fumbling with the answer here, because she's the judge here. She picks between. She knows what works in her gallery, so I trust her completely.
I love that when galleries come and they know their audience. They know their audience. And they know their market, and they know what they want.
Because I've had a couple, not you, but I've had a couple instances where the artist wanted to show, it was their latest series, and they wanted to show, and I loved it too, but I didn't want it to be all about that, because I liked what they worked on, 6 months before. I thought that was more marketable. So again, I'm looking at it from a marketability standpoint.
Yes.
And I appreciate that as an artist, I have to say. I want to see, I'm fine doing my little paintings and doing whatever, but I want to see what you see, and whatever you think is best, I honor that.
As someone who's not the artist person in here, and having spoken to her yesterday and having seen her work, the one thing that I can say with her...
Oh, I'm worried.
You're talking about...
I'm talking about Lily.
Talking about Lily right now.
Lily, is that I can already tell that all of her pieces are about strength.
Oh gosh, yes, that's
just the way that she how she does the trees, and that they're thicker, and it's all about her passion and her strength that she's bringing out into the paintings. And as someone who doesn't know art, I was able to get that.
Yes, I love that you pulled that out, because that is very true about Lily's work. Because her work is, she's got this, these 100-pound steel sculptures she's lugging around everywhere.
Everything that I saw in her studio, and just by looking at, that was what came to me as I was interviewing her, and just listening to her speak, and about her passion and why she chooses what she does to focus on. It's about empowerment, and it's about strength. And I think people will really see that.
I think we should add that to your bio, Lily. That's fabulous. Beautifully said. Beautifully said. I'm glad we're being
always
recorded.
write about other people's work. I'm not used to anybody talking about me.
I mean, honestly,
that really means a lot. Honestly, and thank you.
That's what I saw in her.
No, and I do want to add, and I love the way you phrase, I don't know art. Well, that's my market. I want the people that don't have to know anything. They just know what they like. Like that resonated with you, and that's everybody.
Well, I have a question for you, Andrea. You actually, what's unique about you is you have a marketing degree.
Yes.
And so you're throwing this, or you're throwing the word marketing and marketing. So you're very, very hyper aware of marketing and what you want to put out there.
Well, that's how it started, because I felt like there was a huge disconnect, because at the time I was taking art classes just because I had a passion for it. Not that I wanted to be a Lily. I did not want to show, and I just love the process of it. So I'm in class, and I'm next to extremely talented artists, and I know their work that they're working on next to me is going to go in their studio or their basement or their back bedroom, and
going to get seen.
Right. And then my friends, including me, prior to going to art class, were buying things at Home Goods and, you know, like give me the good stuff, but I don't know. So there I felt like there was a disconnect.
As an artist, I need to ask you a question. So you lived with art from Home Goods or Bed Bath & Beyond or wherever, and now you're living in your home with original art.
Yeah.
Tell us, like, what does that feel like? How?
It's just, I feel like I always felt that art is like the jewelry of the room.
Yes.
And I feel like that's, you'll never get tired of it. Like, I feel like the Home Goods, it's like, yeah, you know, I'm changing my drapes, I'm throwing it out.
Right.
You know, where here,
it's not valued.
You actually, you bought it because you connected with it, and that doesn't die. At least everything that I have bought it has not died.
Yes, I love that you recognize that. As a marketer, you recognize the value of art.
Well, and I don't think she's giving herself enough credit in some ways. Gallery 222, one of the great things it does is it focuses on regional artists.
Yes, the locals.
It's here to totally support the people in our community.
Yes.
And to support the artists. And I think that's something that she has been so appreciated. Like, we have seen it from all the artists that we've spoken to in her first annual Plan Air event. When we interviewed everyone, they were so appreciative that Andrea was supporting them.
Yes. Well, she's very empowered in the community. You have tight ties to Malvern. Tell us about that, because you are so active in the community. You know everything and every event, every day and every hour, and you are showing or doing something with that. So tell us about Malvern.
Well, I just find that when you raise your children in a community, you're bound to know the ins and outs of what's going on.
Right.
So I actually have my 2 children are in college. Even though I'm not in the school system, I still am a part of all, you know, what the community in Malvern. My husband and I, years ago, started with kind of help support 2 visionaries with a community center, Keith Walsh and Tom Curran. They started it started out just GVBL, it was a basketball league. Well, now it's a community center, and I'm still tied to that and the buzz about what's going on. So I just feel like people knew me, and again, I think that helped.
Right,
with
of course it would.
Being less intimidated to go into a so-called art gallery.
You're not entering into a new community. You're part of the community, and I think
it's like,
people
come see me.
Yes, but everybody walks in the door and it's like, Andrea, where is she? Oh, she's in the kitchen. She's making food. She's making meatballs or something for the next opening.
But a lot of artists didn't know you, and you've made yourself so approachable and friendly and just helpful in every possible way. It's been amazing for everybody around here, all the artists around here, to get to know you, Andrea. You've really created this wonderful light-filled space.
Yes, true.
And just encouraging everybody in the original art form. It's really a wonderful thing.
I think an energy that's very contagious. And I want to bring up the award that you received.
Oh, I know.
Can you tell us the best of the main line?
Well, I had about this. I opened it up and I started to cry. Oh, no.
You didn't know it?
No. I opened up an envelope. It looked
so you weren't even bidding for it? You just got it?
No,
that's true. Wow.
It looked like junk mail. You know, it did. And then I thought, well, let me open it. And then I was like, oh, my gosh. And I got all welled up. Called my husband, and he's like, they just want you to advertise.
No, that's
and then I called the in the know people, Caroline and Sarah, and I said, "Is this what that's amazing!" And you really were like, "No, that's huge.
Yes,
that's huge.
That is huge. That is huge."
So
it was the best new art gallery by Mainline today.
Yes.
And that's now I have
You'll
to say,
see it on the front of Gallery 222 Malvern right there, next to Lily's sculpture.
Yeah,
right.
Putting together an art gallery is a dream a lot of people have, but not a lot are successful.
Right. Which I've heard, because people come in with their sad stories. I've been talking to 2 people that
it sounds like it sounds lovely to walk into a space and just put art on the wall and think, oh, this is going to be great. We're going to sell art, but it's a lot more to it. Tell us about the work behind running a gallery.
Well, I find that what helps me, my business plan, is that I do have I'm a landlord too, so I am renting space out, and then the events also subsidize it, so I'm not living and dying by art sales. So I am not going to attack, a consumer or hunt them down, like you need to buy.
Right.
There's no pressure.
Right.
And I feel that kind of adds to that kind of feel that I want. It's not like I'm living and dying by art sales. And I feel that the artists are so accomplished around here. This is like a hotbed of talent. And where I'm located, I get Phoenixville artists, Kennett Square, Westchester, Paphos, Philadelphia. They all have their own following. So really, I am at times just creating a space for people to interact, the artists, with their own email list.
Right.
So, I mean, it's
it's
been
important
for
artists to have their collectors and know where their collectors, to let their collectors know, where am I showing next?
Yeah,
like,
so
what's
I'm
the
just
next venue?
providing a venue for that. So it's not like I'm doing anything, crazy. I'm just
okay, Sarah, chime in here. I see the fingers up.
I mean,
yes,
the
Sarah.
thing is I don't think she's going to tout her own horn. I think
Sarah.
as a business owner, and she's learned. I think in the beginning, she was learning how best to do it. I think she was also, excuse me for saying this, but you wanted to trust your own instincts and your own art critique of things. And I think in the beginning, she wasn't necessarily doing that so much.
Yeah.
And to see her become empowered through the year and feel confident about what she's choosing. But she is very smart in what she selects, how she hangs things, where she hangs things, and everything, every wall is taken.
Yeah.
But at the same time, she puts all of this energy and this thought into it that I think you need a little pat on the back for it.
Oh, very good. This is so exciting. I could talk to you ladies all day long. This is so exciting. The 1-year anniversary. Please don't miss it. Mark your calendar, September 23rd, 6:30, 222 East King Street in Malvern. Don't miss it. Lily Gaylor, Randall Graham, Nathan Durham will be showing their fabulous work. I just got the 2-minute warning, so this is exciting to hear about this thriving gallery. As artists, we are just so happy to hear that you're doing so well. And I want to thank my guest today, Andrea Strang, owner of Gallery 222, artist Lily Gaylor, who don't miss her new works coming out at the opening night at 222, and Sarah Graham Schofeld of the Graham Group, marketing public relations guru for 222 with Caroline. Don't miss several events coming up this coming weekend. Shaler and Friends Family opens at the Oxford Art Alliance with a gallery talk on Wednesday 27th with pop artist Jeff Shaler and friends, including myself. This weekend also go see Lily Gaylor. She will be showing at the Paoli Fine Hospital, exhibiting steel sculptures at the Barn at Lister, at 1 Lister Road, Newtown Square, showing her steel sculptures. Friday night's the gala, 9:15, 6 to 9 p.m. The event runs from the 15th to the 17th, so it's just the weekend. Clay Days for the Chester County Art Association will be distributing 100 handmade clay pieces throughout Chester County. Hide them. We are hiding 100. It's a clay scavenger hunt. It's all to promote our Clay Days opening of all ceramic artists on October 5th, 6th, and 7th. It's only 3 days, first weekend in October. But when you find your clay piece, feel free to post it, share it, or re-hide it, or just keep it and enjoy it. Thank you very much. And
Thanks, Rita. That's great.
Awesome. Come see us at Art Watch next week with John Chambliss. He will be here. Join us every Wednesday at Art Watch, WCHE, AM radio, 1520 from 1 to 1:30. Past episodes of Art Watch will go to Lily Gaylor's website. Feel free to go there, www.lelegaleer.com, Lily Gaylor, and click on Art Watch. Don't also forget, for the deadline for the Wayne Art Center's Craft Forms application is fast approaching on Friday. Thank you.